Alright, this is a 1 redo for practice round 4. The 2 and C was Neolib, and the AF was the critical Machiador's AF. There's not a high threshold. Reactions 100% risk of this. The chart die flips to negative. They've conceded that we should wait extinction before suffering in the 2C. That's Bosham go to China to set. The dis always in turns against China expanding influence in Latin America has provided military exchanges to aid America's neighborhood. Focus on encroachment mode. Make it clear to China that the United States discourages control. The plan would limit influence, decreasing the influence of outside powers engagement in Latin America governments that and economic ties that fan Chinese influence with Latin America is key to prevent Taiwan independence. China is using economic diplomacy to prevent Taiwan from gaining recognition. Of the 23 countries that recognize Taiwan, more than half of them are in Latin America. That's leading the Taiwan dispute would most likely trigger nuclear war between China and the United States. That's locked there. In this turns case, Chinese influence means that countries say no to the plan. That's LS11. Growing Chinese and Latin America engagement means the United States and freedom of action in region constrained Latin America regions will more likely resist agreement with the United States request and proceed to violate their sovereignty and go to line by line. First is uniqueness. Group 2 is 1 and 4. 1. Chinese influence is high. We post all their evidence concedes that China is currently developing trade and military ties as a result of diminished U.S. focus. That's down. 2. Chinese influence is high. The United States is shifting. That's South 13. Chinese business has been expanding their footprint in Latin America. This risk undermines a portion of the United States attributing Washington's weakness and influence of reason to its failure of foreign policy and economic deployment. When China rises on in globalization, America's huge reserves and production capabilities become a destination for China. 3. Chinese economic influence is growing in Latin America, but the targeted policies can erode dominance as shown in Shaw 13. Chinese deep into ties with Latin America countries quickly catching up with traditional trade partners. Trade numbers supposed to surpass those of Japan. China's business has expanded to society. A trend continues to grow using a targeted policy, and China may benefit. As Latin America continues to develop, China will play a role as each one side has a better effort and go to link debate. 1. There's sheer actionable evidence that has one line underlined indicates that Obama visited Latin America only once. It concedes that in the world where the plan passes, it will lock out China and lock out Latin America. It causes a sustainable foundation for relations with the United States, which limits the influence of outside powers in the region. That's famine. 2. Engagement is perceived as a zero-sum shut out China. That's Watson 7. The difference between Latin America expansion and those of China are vaster. Washington must make it clear that effort must make a genuine partner with the regional economic theory runs out of political philosophy leading to a zero-sum view. Was good for my adversary, may be bad for me. Real Pokemon PRC bargain for China's biggest game will be getting to know the region. Washington seems like they worry about the Rockstar phenomenon, and they say Fiat solves the link, but one double by either A, normal means and legislation guarantees lean. Fiat still means Democrats and Republicans would be pissed of the plan killing Obama's Pokemon, or B, or the plans on top of going has no sovereignty because they don't meet should, which guarantees expectation of voting for fairness education. 2, immediacy magnifies the link options gradually change over debate in Congress, which prevents the need for presidential lobbying. If Obama springs a plan on them and forces a vote immediacy, it will require more exponential political capital than our evidence indicates. And they say rational policymakers can pass both the plan to decide, but intrinsic link is bad model for debate. Counterintuitive judges external analysis determining best course of action, key to most precise political analysis. It promotes a corrupt decision making, butchering the political process, assuming that USFG is a singular entity not constrained by real world costs and intervention fights and trade-offs, risks, civic engagement, and fiat infinite regressive. Anything is justified within the tangible habit of the USFG. The fiat of its impacts left them say the United States will sign a treaty with China to ease tension or pass X policy to check them a link. Extra ground and extra topical makes them conditional, changing the resolution burden of the AF. And they say Taiwan has had a separate government for 60 years, but this analytic flows negative Chinese influence is key to prevent Taiwan independence. That's lead evidence which indicates that China's quest to convert Taiwan's on top of their agenda go to Machiador's advantage. 1. CFOs are already changing their strategy to defend labor and human rights. CFOs also reduce costs by creating programs to educate workers and enter the entirety of the program, as well as monitoring and worker control programs to teach occupational health, giving workers guidance on how to get adequate care for physical injuries. That's CFO. They've mishandled a key piece of the 1C to disadvantage. Machiadors are good for Mexico's economy now by expanding payrolls and adding thousands of jobs in matter of months. That's the Federal Reserve Bank evidence by shifting away from maquiladores will harm Mexico's economy. Shaw indicates that maquiladores give jobs to 900,000 workers that have otherwise be unemployed. Maquiladores also make up a half of all the exports in Mexico. This turns to advantage the AF attempts to remove the workforce of Mexico, which means that economic collapse and worsened working conditions would occur. Empirics proved in 2,000 employees in maquiladores decreased by 1/5, resulting in decrease in productions, exports, and unemployment. 2, the job indicates that only Mexico can solve its own problems. The U.S. can only solve for a minute number of workers, leaving the rest to fight for jobs, driving down wages. And 3, inherently maquiladores are better alternative to a regular life for workers in Mexico. DePaul indicates that these jobs give workers independent wages they would would have otherwise denied gold solvency. Guest worker programs have a lower wages, do not give foreign workers the power to bargain and gain any form of political representation. Guest workers are forced to pay recruiters for jobs and give indebted means to yield to whatever their bosses order to maintain their job security. That's the farming worker evidence. But the new Senate bill was straight from traditional programs, giving immigrants the ability to quit at any time and move to other places in the United States after. Well, that's Jacoby Crossable from Politics, it said, and Rosenberg, which indicates that CR will give workers the power to bargain.